Everything happens for a reason. The way a situation is handled defines character. In the novel Unbroken by Laura Hillenbrand, Louis's character is represented through the themes of resilience, survival, and redemption as he overcomes the almost unbearable dystopian society he is trapped in. The theme resilience is reflected in the novel as Louis keeps a positive mindset and beats every setback he is faced with during and after the war. As a child, Louis is a delinquent who believes he can do anything, and as a man, these traits make him much stronger. Confident that he was clever, resourceful, and bold enough to escape any predicament, he was almost incapable of discouragement. When history carried him into war, this resilient optimism would define him. When Louis is thrown into the Japanese prisoner of war camp, he feels like a stranger in his own skin. Beatings became a new constant in Louis's life, but because of his tough natural character, he conquers everything hurled at him. The main antagonist in the novel is the commanding prison guard at the camp where Louis is stationed. He is called the Bird. At night, the Bird stalked his dreams, screeching, seething, his belt buckle flying at Louis' skull. Hillenbrand 271. The Bird plagues Louis' thoughts, and he struggles not to lose hope. Louis tries to see the light in each new day, just like the boys in the novel, Boys in the Boat, written by Daniel Brown. It's not a question of whether you will hurt, or of how much you will hurt. It's a question of what you will do, and how well you will do it, while pain has her wanton way with you. Brown 40. Resilience allows Louis to retaliate and overpower every obstacle that propels his way. Hardships and survival are common threads in life. Physically, Louis endures torture, isolation, and disease. Louis is trapped on the ocean for 47 days battling typhoons and sharks, and when the Japanese find him, he is brought to a prisoner of war camp crawling with disease. When days at the camp seem better, there is always something terrible lurking. Louis would remember the moment when he saw the Bird as the darkest of his life. Louis quickly becomes the Bird's personal punching bag. When another camp needed the Bird's services, Louis finally feels a sense of safety. Louis' transfer to Noatsu into the grip of the Bird had been no coincidence. Hillenbrand 284. A few days after the Birds leave, Louis is transported to the same camp as the Bird. The physical torture Louis goes through seems meaningless compared to the mental and emotional strain placed on him. But on Kwajalein, the guards sought to deprive them of something that had sustained them, even as all else had been lost: dignity. To be deprived of self-worth like Louis is at the different prisoner of war camps he is placed in is to be dehumanized. Louis is stripped of his identity and undergoes mental torment daily. Hauled out and forced to run, Louis was trounced, and the guards made tittering mockery of him. Hillenbrand 213. Since Louis was an Olympic runner prior to the war, the prison guards demand that he run, and in his physical state, he collapses and is taunted for it. Despite all odds stacked against Louis, he comes out not only as a winner, but a survivor. After the war, the post-traumatic stress Louis experiences is almost too much for him to withstand. All I see, he thought, is a dead body breathing. Being beaten until unconsciousness and deprived of basic human needs, Louis speaks of himself as nothing but a dead body breathing. The prison guards are inhumane and use Louis as a science experiment for biological and chemical warfare. At sea, Louis makes many broken promises to God, asking God to save him.
I swear I'll dedicate my whole life.
4 years after the war ended, Louis finally redeems himself through God. When the Allies win the war, Louis is saved from the evil in Japan, but he finds his identity through God. The Bird feverishly irritates Louis' thoughts, and he begins to drink as a new remedy to relieve his painful emotions. Louis teeters on the edge until a man named Billy Graham comes to his town to preach about God. Through Billy's words, Louis remembers his vows to God and realizes God is his savior. In a magazine section written by John Maroney, Louis speaks highly of Billy Graham and how Billy's words deeply affected Louis' life. "I wouldn't have a life. I think I'd be dead. I was going downhill fast, but Billy Graham came to town. Moroni 4. After the brutal journey, Louis remains undefeated and his redemption enables him to become whole again. In the novel Unbroken by Laura Hillenbrand, Louis' true character is unveiled through the themes of resilience, survival, and redemption as he conquers the almost unendurable dystopian society he is trapped in. Fear only stands in the way of progress. Face problems with a mind over matter attitude because anything is possible.